Hi, my name's Rufus Wainwright, and I'm at Amoeba in LA, and this is what's in my bag.
Young girls are coming to the canyon, and in the mornings I can see them walking.
Well, this is the Life of a Poet, Rainer Maria Rilke, by Ralph Freedman. My husband's German, Jorn, and he loves Rilke, so I'm a very dutiful spouse, and so I thought I'd buy him this book. We have a pretty nice library at home that we built actually, that we had designed and stuff. So this should be a nice addition. I'm a huge opera fan. I started when I was about 13 years old, and I've actually composed two operas. Prima Donna, which is available here somewhere on vinyl and also on CD with Deutsche Grammophon. Prima Donna and also Hadrian, which we're doing some productions of soon in Europe. And I'm also composing another big classical piece that'll be at Disney Hall, which I can't mention too much about. But anyways, the first opera I ever saw was Louisa Miller by Verdi. This isn't the opera, but the prima donna in it was this woman, Aprile Millo, whose real name is actually April Miller, which is what I love about opera. Everything is heightened. And then later I ended up befriending her in New York and sang with her a bit. And she's still, I don't know, she's just remained someone I check in with occasionally. And she had an amazing voice. And she's one of the classic divas of the opera world. So I want to support her. My mother, Kate McGarrigle, who's part of the McGarrigle sisters, they have incredible albums out. She and her sister Anna, Kate and Anna, they were folk musicians. One day they brought home a recording of Verdi's Requiem, which is a beautiful death mass, and I was about 13 and I listened to it from start to finish. Literally became like a requiem for my life, or my previous life, my childhood. And from that day on, I just became a total opera fanatic at about 13. It was an interesting time because I knew I was gay at that point. It was 1987, AIDS was decimating the gay male community. And and my parents were, ill-equipped. Somehow opera really spoke to me. It had that intensity. It was a bit like a lot of kids my age were getting into Kurt Cobain at the time and grunge and needed something more dramatic and something darker. And that was sort of my grunge, was opera. I first moved to New York when I was probably 19 or something for a little bit, and it was a complete disaster. And at that time, Jeff Buckley was really on the rise. Even though people compare us at times, I guess because of Hallelujah, we were very different, obviously, and I'm more of a kind of piano-based dandy type with a bow tie and so forth, as opposed to heroin chic. So I failed miserably, ended up going back to Montreal, but then was signed by DreamWorks Records, which was huge at the time, no longer exists sadly, but they flew me out to Hollywood, and I had this opposite effect in LA, where all of a sudden, the city welcomed me with open arms. So it went much better here. I made my first albums here. Then I returned to New York, and all the people who kind of ignored me and poo-pooed me or just didn't notice me really, all of a sudden wanted to, have sex with me, practically. I didn't have sex with any of these people, unfortunately, because they're all very kind of handsome in a way. But there was this great bar called The Cock, and I just ended up going there regularly. And Miss Guy was the DJ there, and she also was with this band, the Toilet Boys, and it was played. It was a fun point where gay culture and counterculture were really mixed up together. I finally arrived and they finally accepted me. I had to make a record first, and arrive in a limo, but but I remember going to see the Toilet Boys, and I was particularly obsessed with this one here. He was incredibly tall and incredibly sexy and incredibly straight. But it was nice to dream. So yeah, the Toilet Boys, and that just looks kind of great, I think.
Special. 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 Special.
I have a 12-year-old daughter. Recently, she just succumbed wholeheartedly to the Taylor Swift twist.
You brush past me in the hallway and you don't think I can see it, do you?
And, we're gonna get her tickets and stuff, and which is quite the exercise and quite the investment. But she's really so into the whole thing.
Long live the walls we crashed through. I had the time of my life with you.
So I've gotten this which is her re-recordings of some of her stuff. So this is for Viva.
Long live all the magic we made and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid.
A lot of my old records are on the East Coast, and I gave a lot of them to my sister, actually, my sister Martha. So we're developing a new collection out here, and it's always important to have a Kinks record. I don't know. I mean, I know there's Kinks songs that I adore. I'm not like an expert in the Kinks. Whenever I put on something of theirs, it always sounds great. So I feel like our collection needs a Kinks record. So here we go. I got this one.
Some other sun lies in a field. Someone has killed some other son today.
Well, speaking of Martha, this is an opera called Martha, which I know a couple of musical parts of. It's by Friedrich von Flotow. I don't know, it just made me think of my sister Martha Wainwright, who also has amazing albums here. She's a great singer, songwriter as well. So, and it kind of looks a little bit like her. It was $3. So a whole world for $3. This kind of caught my eye because this is Béla Bartók. He was a Hungarian composer, very important modern composer. As I said, I'm completing a classical piece that will be coming to LA. It'll be coming to Disney Hall. And I've decided to compose a very big viola solo, which is not that common. You usually have violin solos or cello solos, but there's not a lot of big viola moments. And so I'm kind of going for the viola market. So yeah, that's what I did today, and that was a lot of fun, actually, so thank you.
Thank you very much. This
Thank
was
you.
great.